All right. What's up, guys? I'm gonna see if anybody comes in before I start. Mama. Hi, Mama. Mm-hmm. Let me find a video real quick. Oh. So, what is that noise? Um. mm, mm. Uh-oh. This is the one. What's up? What's up? Who's in here? What's up? I'm waiting to see if anybody's coming in before I play the video or at least the audio. So I'm gonna give you some context before I get started. As you all know, hey boo. So I'm getting ready to. I got my baby with me, but wait, hold up, wait. I just realized who messaged me. Are you at work, boo? Are you at work, my boo? You better not get in trouble. I'm not playing with you. This is my co-host. mm. Are you at work? I'm about to okay. So if you tell me what you think about what's going on. You know what's his name? I wish you could come up here. How long is your break? Cause what's his name? Nastiness, Natureboy. He has convinced another young couple to break up, or convinced the male to leave the young girl and her unborn child. All right, listen. We gotta talk about this book. We gotta talk about it. I'm feeding my baby right now too. So listen. Yes. I'm about to see if I'm gonna play the audio. I don't know if I want his face on my screen. So I don't know if I feel like playing the audio. Let me drop the link in. And an hour is fine. I'm not gonna be on here long today. All right, there you go. So I don't know if I want to play the audio or if I want to show the video. But it's just really sad. And I want people to see I don't like to talk about him no more. In that whole cult situation. Because a lot of people they choose the life after all the information is out here, they choose to be a part of that particular group. But it hurts when I see um, individuals who have chosen not to be a part of them and think that they are building a relationship with somebody who is no longer a part of them, only to realize that they have been manipulated. What's up, Chief Nola? How are you?
What's up, boo? How's
So,
it going?
what's up, Nosy? So, do you want me to play the video or the audio? Like, I can just push play right now and y'all can hear the audio.
No,
Because it's
we need to
both
see the
conversation.
video.
You want to see the video?
Yes.
All right, all right. I'm unfortunately I gotta give somebody a shout out that I really don't
Who?
fuck with.
Who you gotta give a shout out to?
Her name is Sasha Fagad.
Oh,
I, I know. I do not fuck with this chin holder, but
It's all cool. It's all good. You just using,
Yeah. So she got my view. So she better shut up. Anyway, let
why
me
she
see.
complains about you using her videos.
No, she had another complaint a while ago, but it was a false accusation. So I ain't worried about it.
Oh, all right. So next time you let me know ahead of time what videos. That way we could edit it to make it our own.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
Holla.
Okay. Okay. Chief. Let's see. Let's see. Where?
I need my
Wait.
avatar up here. I don't like my avatar looking like this.
Here. Share screen.
I gotta go back in the studio to do it.
Chief, I want to bring your son up. I don't know how he feel. I don't know if he's too big for me at this point, but would he like to when I do my thing for my writers and my music? I would love for him to be a guest up here. All right, let me see. This one. All right, can y'all see my screen? Can you see it?
Oh wait a minute. I'm in the chat. I'm looking at the chat. Hi, Chief Peanut.
Hey you guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so that you can be notified when I go live or upload a new video.
Girl. Oh,
Is
what I
that you
do?
echoing or is that me?
See, and that's another
Hey you
thing. It
guys, how's
echoes.
it
I don't
going? Welcome
know.
back to
No,
the
if you
channel.
because
If you
if you're
haven't
playing the video, you're
subscribed,
gonna
please
have to
subscribe so that you can be notified
you
Mute
gotta
myself.
turn
when I go
your
live
side
or
off
upload a new
Okay.
video.
or put
And
yourself
please
on
like
mute or
this
something.
video. Now you guys, in this
Okay, there
video,
you go.
Natureboy says that Velvet is coming back. Now we all know that Velvet
and understanding, huh?
Yeah, I was
Because
watching this video.
yeah, at one point they were together and they created.
So did he say that Velvet's coming back?
He said it in a way. Oh, Peanut. I'm gonna give you my what you call it. I forgot yours. I know you gave it to me before. Give me 1 second.
Because when I seen that, I was like, that has to be it. Who?
Here, Peanut. 'Cause I want to give him some play so bad. But no. Oh,
Are you
no.
Antoinette Clayton? Are you Antoinette Clayton? No.
He talking to you? What is going on?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
What is happening?
We all looking at you like, is that your name?
Girl,
I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm like, did somebody just get in trouble? Get that.
I'm
All right.
sorry, y'all. Let me mute myself.
So, so for nosy, even though you muting yourself, um, kind of building up to this in the clip, he is obviously obsessed with Velvet, and he does say she's coming back, she's coming back. She just don't know it yet, and she just gotta get her mind back to him. So typical narcissistic way of thinking that the world revolves around him and that somehow everybody's going to come to him to be, I don't know, um a, to be, I don't know, judged. Listen, if I understood what this psychopath actually envisioned, I would be just as crazy. But I think that is what he is saying. Yes, he is a manipulator, Pinanola. Yes, he is. And I'm going to show you. This is a young lady. For those who don't know, um, she was never actually on the premises at the camp or whatever. But she was supposed to be like one of those followers from offline that he tells to go and start your tribe and proclaim me as your leader, sort of thing. And she ended up being in a relationship with the guy Kite. And I did a video on a little bit on the men. So if you want to check out that video, he's in that video. But the guy Kite was in the same little camp as Eligio, and he decided to leave for whatever reason. The reason they say, not always the reason that is the true reason. So he left, and then he ended up being in the space with this young woman and getting her pregnant. Actually, getting her pregnant. Oh, creating a child. And so apparently you'll hear in this conversation. What's up, Yummy? You'll hear in this conversation her say that they were actually happy. They were thriving. I got a co-host, y'all. She wants to talk. So they were actually thriving until the guy they call Kite spoke to Natureboy. And after speaking with him, he decided that he no longer wanted to be in a relationship with his own unborn child and the mother of his child. So I'm just going to play a little bit of it, and then we can discuss it if you want, and I can break it down if you'd like as well. All right, here we go.
Created another being from that union. And we know that the union, the being that's coming out of you, you're not its mother.
I'm not its mother.
Yeah, you're not its mother, you're its guardian.
At the same time as being my guardian, yeah, definitely.
Huh?
It's actually my guardian. It's actually I need to look at the child.
Yeah, like the child is like the guardian.
I'm its as self.
Right. And nothing belongs to nobody, and everything is everybody. So simply you're vibrating at a different frequency of perspective than your partner at this point, and you're repelling magnetically, and you both did nothing wrong. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing to fight about. It's just the acceptance of the transition. Mm-hmm. And that's what we have difficulties with, because we're attached to an idea. We're attached to each other, habits. So whenever change comes, there is always going to be some kind of resistance, because we're coming from one frequency to another.
I think the only time there's a resistance is when it's not in alignment.
Right, because you are a being with your own perspective, rightfully so. You're on your own.
I'm gonna fast forward it sometimes, y'all.
Somebody that's seen things the way you've seen things at a certain time.
And why his forehead look dirty?
Whatever happened in their experience, from their perspective,
he got a dirty forehead.
Change their perspective that you shared. Change the perspective that y'all shared, and now you're on two different perspectives.
So I can't take too much of this individual all at once. So I gotta unpack, break down, pause, whatever, and then I'm gonna do some fast forwarding as well. So Nosy, not only does he have a dirty forehead, he has a dirty heart.
He just dirty all around.
He just dirty. His nails be dirty. His face is filthy. I'm sure that thing that it keeps infecting other people is dirty.
Mm-hmm.
The I don't know what he is using. You know how they take the eyelashes and apply them to the pieces of your hair to make baby hair now. I'm thinking that's how the bald spot is reappearing and disappearing.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so I'm guessing that's how the bald spot, sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not there, because
No,
he's
because they
taking
be gelling it down with that with aloe.
they gelling something down, but it ain't his hair. Because if you've seen any other any videos of his actual hair, it's a bald spot there. There's no hair to gel down.
Or they using Beijing.
So
Hi, Yummy.
yeah, he is lost in the sauce. Absolutely. So this is what he's doing. He's manipulating her. He's trying to convince her. Number one, and if you notice, even in this little clip that I just showed, he forgets his own manipulative what he uses to manipulate people. So sometimes he'll tell people the child is the guardian. Other people he'll say that you are the guardian of your child. Some people he'll say that you need an OG. Other people he'll tell them that age is there's no age. Everything is what do you say? Everything is eternal. When he's arguing with
Or
older,
everything is an illusion. Your children are an
everything
illusion.
right, everything's an illusion, but he can cry for his own child, right? So he's convincing her to be satisfied with the fact that he has convinced Kite not to be with her. He wants her to be okay with that. Mind you, this young woman is pregnant. She's with child right now. And so you'll see. He's going to tell her to move on, to be okay
Mm-hmm.
with moving on, and that she should also come join him where Eligio is. And we all know why he wants her to be next to him. Let me see.
Which repels the magnetic field and can no longer stay in the same field. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm. Understand.
Huh?
Hold on.
No one did anything wrong. And perhaps you may come back together. No one's to blame. No one's being punished. You did nothing wrong, neither one of you. And distance is an illusion of just frequency. That's it. It's just y'all together in body, but in mind you're not together. So you're already gone. You're already left. You're already, and all you're doing is making things more comfortable for your frequencies by repelling, so that you can live a life of where you feel better in a better state. And unfortunately,
Can we talk about the bet?
huh?
Can we talk about the bet?
Talk about the bet that we had.
Question. With regards to the bet,
Hold on real quick. Wait. Hold on real quick. Yes?
What's really going on behind the scenes?
Huh?
get it. Not been
Oh,
allowed to say. I want to know what.
I can't hear what she just said.
Oh, I was asking in regards to the bet. Okay, so if it was a girl, like Kite would return carbonation, but and if it was a boy, he would stay here. But I was wondering what would have been the big reward had it been a boy? Like what would he have gotten besides to be left alone?
Well, I knew it wasn't going to be a boy. There was never a question.
Never a reward for you.
What do you mean?
All right, let me put this little piece into context. What's up? What's up? Everyone is coming in. Hello, hello. Yummy. Somebody says they love you. Oh, we know he lying. She looks real bad, but I think she's happy. She's married to one of those people. I don't know. She seems happy. Um, Little Mayhem, what's up, mamas? Um, so what's happening here is, pretty much he, I guess, made a bet to them and said, if the baby is a girl, you should leave her. Leave her right where she is and come back to me. If the child is a boy, you should stay with them and be with them. That was the bet. Um, and once they found out the gender and they found out it was a girl, that was supposed to be clarification that he should leave his child, and I don't know, proclaim whatever he still has them believing that they're going to be proclaiming. um and yeah, and it's really messed up, Alexis. um and um and so this is them trying to make sense of what the bet was initially. Why the heck would that even exist? Why are you telling us if it's a girl, if it's a boy, but now you're saying that you already knew that it was a boy? I mean, you already knew it was a girl, and so you were just metaphorically saying if it was a girl. This man is a joke. I urge anyone who is watching right now, if you believe in these teachings, please find another leader. If you have to be led, find another leader right now, because this man will take your family away from you, or you away from your family. All right, I'm gonna continue. And like I said before, I will be skipping some stuff so that y'all can get the gist of it.
No. It wasn't. The reward is the truth. the reward is the reward is the reward is just being in a state of happiness and knowing the truth about the matter rather than being confused. That's it. The reward is being where you need to be and understanding exactly where you need to be rather than being somewhere and not really understanding where am I supposed to be. The reward is clarity, is
So
understanding.
this is what's been happening behind. This was has been happening behind the scenes. So
Behind the scenes of what?
Thank you.
of why the decision was truly made.
Okay, hold on.
Officially.
Elian. Is your name Eliani?
Elanahi.
Elanahi. Okay, Elanahi, please. Guys, this is something that it's just something that we found. I'm just using this. I didn't buy this. I'm not into Gucci. Please stop. Okay, stop. This is some cloth that I found. That's just around, and I'm just using so the hair doesn't get on my clothes. Cut it out with the Gucci. Let me explain something to you of the sequence of events that happened between you guys that allowed me to understand that there was a karmic relationship here. Okay? This all happened from Velvet coming.
I just want to I want to mention something because I see in the comments, Shantae.
Me is everything going in slow mode. Oh,
Huh?
my phone going dead.
Oh, well, go charge your phone. Go back to the Shantae. I hope I'm saying your name right. Um, so for this individual, this young lady right here, she did not go to carbonation. She wasn't with them. She is in a group who has separated themselves from him, but believe in some of the things that he says, because we all know most of the stuff he says is not foreign to, people who want to live in nature. This movement has already been going on, so the information was taken from other people. So one of the boys, one of his followers, which is the guy with the dreads, he got this young woman pregnant, and they formed a relationship outside of carbonation. They formed a relationship, but unfortunately, he was still following her teachings. Some of them still believe in him. This young lady does not. um uh However, um the guy Kite was still following the teachings, and because of that, he was able to be manipulated by Natureboy into leaving this young woman. And you'll hear little bits and pieces of it in this video, in this live that they have.
Eliana Velvet coming to the camp in Puerto Rico. Dude betrayed you for her, and his karma. You're actually serving all of this as his karmic relationship. So he was never supposed to do what he did with Velvet. And so my daughter was involved. The universe made it clear to me. My daughter was involved, which was never supposed to happen. And so there's lessons that are being learned here in the transactions of everything that's happening. And I knew it was a girl because the boy would have made him stay with you. I knew that the relationship was just karmic. It had to be a girl for him to understand and be released from the karmic relationship. But if it was a boy, then he would have known. I knew it was a girl because I knew it was a karmic relationship. The boy would have made him want the baby, want him to stay. The girl would have let him know and give him a sense of detachment and let him know, like, I'm in a loop, because his karma.
I'm sorry, I have to keep stopping and breaking this down. This makes literally no sense based on how he behaves with his own daughter. Just so you guys know, he has been fighting to get his daughter back to him. Mind you, he has boys that he has abandoned. But he's telling this guy, if you had a boy, you should be staying there. If you had a girl, then there's no attachment. But we know how this man behaves and how he craves to be around his own daughter. So just the notion that that because it's a girl, you're not supposed to be there, makes no sense, and has no validity to the teachings that he actually teaches himself. All right. I have to put this in context for you guys, and I have to fact check, because what happens is sometimes people will just hear it and process it without understanding just how hypocritical this is. He doesn't care for his children, but he has a fascination with that little girl for whatever reason. But no other male is supposed to have a fascinate or supposed to have a relationship with their children. And he comes up with so many different reasons and excuses as to why individuals are not supposed to be with their children. Nosy, do you want to say anything?
Real talk,
Yeah.
you are talking in slow mode. I might have to jump out and come back in.
Okay. I'll let you
I'm gonna
be.
have to jump out.
All right.
Is that when he's not listening to the divinity that he's supposed to be in the path of, he's going to have another daughter. He already had a daughter. So it's all connected. If you really look at it, it's all connected, from you and the other guy to him and his other daughter to my daughter, to all of it's all connected. And I understood it all together. And I understand past this that we're all coming together in the end. I promise you it's going to be one big understanding in the end. Right now, it seems confusion. Velvet's going to come back. Everybody's going to come back. There's no other way to go. The truth was only not punishing you, but you're punishing yourself until you realize what you need to do. So I already knew the grand scheme of all of what's going to happen and what's going to happen, because I'm like the centerpiece of it all.
Right.
All centered around me.
Yeah.
And that's why I know what's going to happen. Because it's just mathematics. It's just algorithm, pattern, and mathematics. So once you see it, you can catch the pattern of it. You are giving karma to your ex. This Kite is getting karma from his own existence as far as what's going on. And in the end, it's all developing us to be one big family. And you're gonna see in the end how all of this is gonna make sense in the end, and we're gonna all be one big family. And we're just gonna be different tribes. And I already seen it. Y'all are forming tribes. You don't notice what you're doing, but you're forming tribes. And this is the process of it. You're not doing anything wrong. The universe is doing this through you. But but space, you guys being apart, that's an illusion in the mind. What you really are is in disagreement. You're just on two different frequencies. And your experiences from this point on, everything is becoming one. Everything must come to.
Okay, if being apart was an illusion, right? If being apart was an illusion, then why is he telling them that they need to be with him and everybody's going to come back to him? If being apart is an illusion, there's no need for them to physically be in his presence. Yes or no?
You're right. But he a scumbag.
I'm gonna fast forward just a little bit so that you can see, because at some point, unfortunately, Kite does not wake up. He's always sleeping. For some reason, men seem to get fall deeper into this, whatever this is, than females. And she's going to confront him, and she's going to call him out.
As she should.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, Ivy, what's up?
Hi, Ivy. I can't see you, but hi.
To one point. So you're just taking different routes back to the same exact space in the middle where we all meet. I'm already in the center of it. And I come from the future, and I'm trying to tell you what's about to happen and what's happening. Because I just know. I know things without learning them. So I'm telling y'all that in the end, Velvet's gonna come back. In the end, I will be with my
Oh
daughter.
my God.
In the end, you're gonna come back. In the end, I'm
I
telling
see
you.
somebody who is a master at psychology.
What?
I see somebody who's a master of psychology and has it down pat.
What are your feelings behind that? Like, what do you disagree with?
Okay, so just like I told you, y'all was gonna have a girl. You will see in the long run that I'm not bullshitting and I'm not playing no games. That I'm actually psychic and I'm actually intuitive and I actually know what's gonna happen because I sit and meditate about everything, and the universe shows me things. That's how I get a lot of my knowledge. Like I got a lot of wisdom. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe me, but I'm telling you that in the end, everybody has to come to the source. We all gonna become one again. Everybody is has to become one again. All roads lead to the source. Period. It's not a fact about coming back more than it is about gaining knowledge and wisdom of what's actual truth. And when we are all aligned with actual truth, we will come together. Actual truth and your own truth are two different things. So it's just
So
the,
can I
it's
talk
just,
about? Thank you for the dialogue and your perspective. I'm already understanding because I'm learning this part of myself and what this part of myself is capable of. Because this is me. So
what, cut it off real quick. What you say? The part of yourself that what now?
So that's yeah, okay. So what really repelled us was the frequency that you gave Kite not too long ago when you called us.
How you say your name again? Elenaha?
Elenahi.
Elenahi. You have to understand that this is your reality. I'm a figment of your imagination. You are inside your own mind. I don't exist. I'm just a reflection of you. What I'm saying to you is that everything, you're in a relationship with the universe. And everything that's happening to people is your relationship with the universe. There is nobody doing anything to you but you. And when you understand that principle, you can live in divine truth. That all of this reality is
I
you
do
dealing
understand that principle. That's why I
so
choose
there's
to
there's
take
no
the
one to blame. There's
perspective
no
that
one
I
to
have.
blame. There's no one to blame. You're doing it. You're doing it. You're if you understand that you're happening and what's happening to you, you're observing it, and it's
I'm just
happening.
using names.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm just using names. And
Right.
yes,
You can
everything's
understand
subjective.
why. You can
Everything is
say,
all yes, everything
right.
is. I'm using labels and names to
Mhm.
explain how events unfolded.
Right. Okay. And
Can you
you're
allow
right.
me to do
And
that?
whatever the influence was,
Okay, here we go again. Remember when he said, I am, you are me and I am you. We are all the same. We are one being, different versions of ourselves, right? Tell me, how can she and him not work if they're already supposed to be one mind? Tell me how he keeps calling her, he keeps telling her that she's supposed to follow him, and she'll bring this up. She's supposed to follow him and worship him, when in fact he is supposed to be a figment of her imagination, because that's what he teaches. He teaches that anything that you see around you is a part of your imagination. You created it. So in that light, she created him to give her whatever information or message she needs to have. So just as you can create, you can destroy. Why isn't he preaching that? But he's telling her she needs to follow him. Go ahead, Nosy.
Well, I'm gonna say this real quick, and then I'm gonna get out of here.
Okay.
Nature Boy wants all the women for himself. If those women come back, they gotta come back to be with him. Period. That's it. And he wants them to leave the kids, even though they had them with people in combination. He is a scumbag slime bucket, and that's what it is. Believe
Facts.
you me, all them women, he wants them to come to him. He wants to infect everybody. All right, y'all. I'm going back to work. Peace, infections. Later.
Talk to you soon. Have a good day.
Later, boo. Thank you. I'm gonna call you when I get home.
All right. All right, y'all. So yeah, she dropped it. All right. So that's what he's doing. He's working on continuously manipulating the situation, and you want to start to see her respect for him decline, and you're also going to see how other other followers are starting to see him for who he is, and he's going to lose his shit. Ivy, Yemi, y'all are welcome to come up. Just let me know if you want to come up, and I'll drop the link for y'all.
the destiny of everything was predetermined before its divine order. What I'm telling you is this is not in your control. It is easier for you to allow and surrender. And this is the one thing we have to
What
learn
is
how to
the
do.
perspective that you think I have on this?
That is my fault.
That is your fault.
Mhm.
It's nobody's fault. I was just telling the events that I was telling the people, because not everybody is on our level.
But
So
what
I
does
have
it
to
matter?
kind of go down and
But let me ask you a
explain.
question. Let me ask you a question. Why is it important for the people to know when the people are a figment of your imagination? This is your world. Why is it important what other people think about what you got going on from your perspective?
I asked Kite the same thing. Like Kite said, we all need other people's perspective. We all need people around us.
And that's the thing about being young is that, and I'm guilty of this. Half of my whole journey was me convincing myself of what I already knew. So we look to others to confirm and validate what we already know. But you have to ask yourself, who are these people that you're talking to? Are these people that didn't that
Can
that
you
that
tell Kite that?
no no?
Because
Who are the
I
people?
know
No
this
no no
part
no.
of
Hold
myself,
on hold on hold
and
on.
I know that
Who are
that's
the
what this
who are
part
the
of myself
people?
seeks is validation from
Who
you. But
who are
that's
the?
for me. That's where I was when I attracted that part of myself. I was always seeking validation and that somebody thinks I'm right and that I belong somewhere and I belong to a group and I belong. Somebody validates me and somebody needs to save me. Somebody outside of me needs to save me. That's where I was when I attracted that part of myself. That's why I attracted that. That's why this part of myself is acting out that, and I see it's so easy to observe and see. Oh shit, I was man. I really had, I really had some learning to do and some growing to do and some accepting to do to accept the fact that I know I don't need external thing because is no external version of me really. So I don't need to seek that external validation to validate my existence
So
and
why
that
are
I
so why are we live again?
because you wanted to join my live.
No, but why are we live again? I'm not. I am you. But why are we live again? If that's the case, if that be the knowledge, and that's what you're saying, because you're not truly convinced about that either, and that's what I'm saying to you. But the more we deny what we already know, in the process of that, we're
Okay, here we go again with another example of not practicing what he is trying to convince her of. If you remember, if you have seen this person before and you've seen some of these videos before, you know he goes live often. I'm not going to say all day because that's not true. He goes live often. In fact, he goes so far as to ask the people in his live questions pertaining to how he dresses, question pertaining how he looks. Remember, he used to bring up his sexual parts to validate himself. He goes live constantly. Constantly. He can't live without looking at the comments. He can't think without first knowing what his audience is thinking. But he's telling her that she needs to stop looking outward to validate herself. Meaning, in this particular case, yes, mama. Yeah, go ahead, tell it. Tell it, baby. I'm sorry, y'all. My baby want to talk to y'all. So so he's trying to I gotta guess. Okay, I'm gonna let you up. Yeah. So he's trying to convince her that she doesn't need Kite. She doesn't need to go live with their personal information. She doesn't need the father of her unborn child. She doesn't need any of that to validate herself, right? But on the same hand, again, he is constantly begging for the child of his mother to be with him, begging, thirsting. He remember he has to have multiple women at all times. That is a form of validation. He needs to feel validated as a man. If what he is saying to her were true, he would not have any woman. He would not have any woman right now because he needs to continue soul searching. I'm gonna continue. I'm not. Y'all know how I can get.
learning to submit and surrender to what we already know. And that's the process. It would take years. It takes years. You already knew this. But it's one thing to know and one thing to truly understand it, because knowing it has degrees, because awareness has degrees. We become more aware of what's going on because we second guess ourselves because we want to be right. And so, and so we do put out energy, right? Just to see our response. Like my whole journey has been me arguing with people about stuff I already knew, just to validate to myself that I was right about it.
Exactly.
That was like my whole journey. Now, when you get to a certain level, it's just no longer an argument. I just give you the knowledge. You do whatever you want with it. Because my job as a spiritual teacher now is to give you the fundamentals and give you the knowledge and then allow you to have your own journey with it. And I didn't know that. I was so controlling. I was controlling the outcome of my students and people that were following me. And I had to, and I'm learning right now in this moment
I feel like
that I no longer need validation,
everybody.
that I know what I'm talking about, and I just need to organize my knowledge and put my energy into myself more rather than pay attention to what other people are thinking of me. And that's a valuable lesson for all of us on this higher frequency. Because our whole life and all of our mistakes and everything that we're going through came like you got pregnant because you doubted what you already knew. Like you just said, you doubted what you already knew. So all of our pain, and I'm saying it's going to be, I'm saying all of our trials and tribulations stem from us second guessing our own understanding. A lot of our relationships we get into them because, and we know better, but we just do it.
We ignore things.
Exactly.
I knew better. I knew not to get. He would when we met. I let him sleep in my brother's car. I let him sleep in my sister's house because he didn't know. You think I thought that that was the right thing to do for my spiritual growth? No, I was seeking validation and external validation from somebody. Now, put myself in that loop. I continue to put myself in that loop when I continue to seek that, and I know I should give that to myself. I'm gonna forever be in that loop because I'm constantly looking for it externally, because there is no externally. So I'm gonna forever be in a loop of looking for that validation because
But here, but here's what you need to understand. Hold on, there are beings that have information for you, that are versions of you, that are here to help you.
yes,
Not everybody is wrong. You have to
I never
find
said
versions.
nobody was
You
wrong.
have to find the versions of yourself that can help you
I just want to
narrate
say
yourself in a way to give you answers.
that the person cutting his hair need to
But
go home.
sometimes we're so strong as individuals, we won't allow it. So because we won't allow it, we stop ourselves from understanding.
Okay, so here is where it really gets interesting. Shout out to everybody who is watching this live right now. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for hanging in there with me as I dissect this video. Um, so please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video with people who may need to hear this. Um, and yeah, and just definitely participate in the comment section. I am listening to what you all have to say. Thank you for those who are appreciating this live right now. But I wanted to say, number one, what is his name? Just cutting his hair. Yemi. Oh, wait.
Oh, Juju. I think it's Juju. I think it is. I can't remember his name because I think this guy came with Juju when they were in Puerto Rico, one of them places. But I know I get him and Juju mixed up sometimes.
Okay. So I'm not sure if this person at the bottom of the screen is the one who started the drama, legal drama between him and Velvet and told where they were and all that craziness. I don't know that part.
No,
But what I do know is it
no, it wasn't him. It was another one from Bigo.
okay. Well, what I do know is that this guy is about to rip him a new one, um, and call him out for exactly who he is. This young lady is getting ready to do it as well, and all of this calm, you're going to see this. He's going to tell them they need to calm down. They need to gain control of their emotions. You know how like he likes to do. Gain
Mm.
control of your emotions. You're being irrational. You're not being godly. And I just want you to pay attention to that. This is how you know the difference between a true leader,
Oh, and Guru.
a guru, and or somebody who has the temperament of being a great leader, being a great educator, being a great person to influence the masses, versus a sociopath who is just seeking, again, validation, power, um, and control. You're going to see, and we all know what happens when a sociopathic narcissist loses control of a situation.
Because he's a child, Shantae Rich. He's a child, he's a teenager, he's everything in a man. That's why he can't control his emotions.
That's
And
right.
he's not grounded. And that's one of the things. But the problem is what he does every time, every single couple months, I think he changes the persona. So he brings him, so new followers will see him, and then they start following him, because so when they see like the old pictures of him in nature, they think that's how he is.
Right.
But basically, oh yeah, and another thing, he always brings up Babylon like he's not in flipping Babylon.
Exactly. And look, he got on a fake Gucci, whatever this thing is over him, fake Gucci on, while his followers are barely clothed.
And thin
Um,
and skinny.
right. So that just shows you if he's practicing what he preaches. And shout out to his makeup artist for
The
doing a great
putty.
job adding the color to his eyebrows. Really appreciate that that homo thug look.
Are you looking for words? Are you looking for words to call it?
You know what I'm saying? And then we have to take the hard path.
What up? How's it going, y'all?
Peace reflection.
How y'all doing?
This person talks in circles.
Who's that? Are you talking about the guy right here?
No.
You talking about me?
Yeah, I was talking about this part of myself.
You talking about me as a part of yourself, right?
Cause I speak light language. I'm a light language transmissionist. Your words and how you use them and how you form them into sentences, and because the fact that you know psychology and you know how the human brain and human mind works, so you know how spirit and energy works. I see through all that. I just see through because it's me. I see through all that, and I look for intentions and why things are done. I look for intentions, and I look for if those person's intentions are pure. I'm not necessarily listening to what's coming out of your mouth.
You looking
I'm
at
listening to.
right.
I'm feeling the vibration of it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to come in?
Can you tell me what my intentions are?
I
Can
know
you tell me what my intentions are?
Power. I know my intentions is power.
Power to who? You? Self-empowerment to yourself?
I know my intentions are my. I know my intentions.
Mine. Oh, she's saying. Okay, so
because
you
I
know
my
that.
intentions are power.
Okay, so let me get
And
this
how
straight
we go
because
about getting our power is different.
okay, so when you say power
is I speak my light language.
right?
And I get messages from the universe, and that empowers me because I'm helping myself without needing that external validation, or I don't need to scream at the trees and say, "Hey, I'm helping you, I'm helping us." I don't get my power like that. Other versions of myself do.
Okay,
And
so I do.
This is my past self, and I can see I can
I
see
think she's
how I
gonna be a
used to be
great
so
mom.
manipulative, and I can see how I used to be want so much power, and how my ego. I can see that in my past self, and I love myself, and I see through the bullshit though.
Okay. So
'Cause it is me.
let me get this right. You're saying that, and I want to make sure that I'm receiving what you're saying correctly so that we can have a proper open line of communication. You're saying that you perceive that I'm doing, my intention of doing all of this is to gain power and control, right?
Of course, we all do
But
it.
that,
Everything we
but
do
wait,
is for power or
wait, wait,
pleasure.
wait.
Everything we do. If we
Okay.
go eat an apple, that makes us feel powerful. If we go outside in nature, if we water the gardens, our gardens, that makes us feel powerful. If we go listen to music and we write and we create, that makes us feel powerful. If we go on live and somebody, that makes us feel powerful. If we getting money, oh, I got another wife, I got 3 wives, 4 wives, that makes you feel powerful. If I'm Christian and I'm in the church and I'm praising Lord and I know I'm gonna get something back, that makes me feel powerful.
Mhm.
So I
Okay.
know your intentions is for power. That's why I created this, to experience myself and feel powerful. Like, oh my God, look at this dream I created. I am so powerful.
Right. So you're
And I
saying,
know you know in psychology, you know that's how it works.
well, can you let
When
me
you
ask,
looking at a part of yourself that knows this part of itself and knows that
can I
I know how that works.
can
So
I
don't
ask you a
like talk in
question?
circles around me and trying to manipulate me.
I'm
If
not manipulating.
Okay, I know it just got real good, but I had to stop it because I wanted to give this young woman her props. Please, if you have seen what I've seen and you agree, put a heart in the chat for this young woman. She is standing up to him as best she can. I mean, she's done more in this clip than most women around him have been able to do who are still in his presence. Let me correct myself. Who are still in his presence. And I think she's going to be a great mother if she keeps that up, regardless of what her beliefs are. I might not agree with her beliefs, we might, whatever her lifestyle, whatever, but one thing is for certain, she can see him. You understand what I'm saying? She can see him, and not only can she see him, she is able and she has the strength to call him out. I'm going to create another video because I want you guys to understand the number of um, families this man has broken. You have this young man, Kite, they call him. You have the one they call Pice, Amar, whatever his real name is. You have True, aka Aaron. You have Zoka and what do they call him? Goodness. Solar, thank you. The one they call Solar, I think his real name is it's a unisex name. And I don't know why I keep wanting to say Tracy, but it's not Tracy. It's another unisex name. But their unfortunate unborn child or stillborn child passed away. And there are multiple other families. And let's not forget, remember the guy, what is his name? Heru, they call him. Um, he is no longer with his wife and the little girl Strawberry and all of that. He's no longer with that young woman. This is this man's sole objective is to destroy as many families as he can, to leave women partnerless and struggling, to depend on the very system that he is trying to convince people now. He's telling them that the system is God, right? The police are God. But at one point, he was telling them to leave that system. The system was against them. The system created these bastard children, when in reality, when in reality, men who don't want to grow up and take responsibility for their actions, women who don't want to take responsibility for their actions, are why there are bastard children. And now, in this instance, right here, In this instance, right here, he is being called out, and now he's getting defensive. And you're going to you just watch.
Why are you guys so afraid of me?
Nobody's afraid.
You guys are so afraid of me. No, you guys are so afraid of me. Ooh. No, you guys need to calm down and let me ask you questions. Like if you're so confident in what you're saying, then allow me to ask you questions.
Oh, that's another point I wanted to bring up. He's not allowing them to ask questions to get clarity. He's trying to get them to ask questions so that he can talk them back into doing what he wants and having the control over their relationship and their minds.
Because you block me out because you want to believe what you want to believe. But I promise you, if you let me ask you questions and you actually listen to me, you think this is your way of blocking me out. You feel a being that's more powerful than you. That's what's happening here. And you feel, wait. I'm going to tell you the psychology, what's really going on. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead. I already have what I have.
This is what's actually happening. You feel a being that is more powerful than you, and it threatens your ego, so you block it because you know that this being is powerful, that it says things and does things that does draw a lot of attention and power, because this being is a powerful being. Now, what makes somebody powerful? What makes somebody powerful is their knowledge and wisdom. Because knowledge is power applied. You can have power, but not knowing how to apply it is another whole thing. So a lot of y'all generation, y'all got a lot of power because y'all got a lot of knowledge, but you don't know how to put that power into movement and make it work for yourself. And you know that you're talking to a being that knows how to use the power to get what he wants out of life. And that's what we're all supposed to do. No matter how much knowledge you get, if you can't use it to make
For the person who asked, let me see who was it, Shantae. She is nothing necessarily to him, but she is trying to prevent one of his followers um from being with him, and trying she was trying to break the spell. And so you know how he is. He doesn't like it. Narcissists don't like individuals like her. They have no control over them. They have no power over them. The individual sees right through the manipulation. And so this is his attempt to try and sway her and make her believe in the teachings, so that she can be okay with the fact that he's convinced the father of her unborn child to leave.
reality into your heaven or to what you wanted to do without harming anyone else, then your power means nothing. So yes, everyone does do things to empower themselves, but if you can't use that power to manifest your dreams, to manifest what you think should happen, then you're not as powerful as you think you are. Therefore what I'm saying is
this is already the dream. I'm not trying to manifest. I'm already in the dream. It's my perspective on the dream that gives me my power. This is why I do light language.
knowledge.
There is no knowledge in light. There is no. I'm just speak. I'm feeling, and I'm feeling with my heart. There's no knowledge. I have to go knowledge. I have to do that in a logical way, a knowledgeable way. This is why I speak.
So now the knowledge, what y'all not realize, what I just told you was what I just told y'all.
That is why. Let me finish. That is why. Do you not know that I observe everything? I observe everything. I am everything. I have to observe everything. I study occultism. I know certain paths, see certain patterns.
Can I say something?
I know things. Go ahead.
All right. So when we think of the word Messiah, right? The word Messiah literally means, right? Broken down, messenger, mess, and then ayah, God, messenger of God. So who is a messenger of God?
Everything is a messenger.
Everything,
The
right?
trees are a messenger to me. Oh my God, look, I don't know, quite understand. If I don't go read a fucking book, I don't quite understand why the green is making me feel like that. But I know, and I'm in tune with it, and I
Right.
don't have
Look,
to read a book to know that
like,
that is
right?
giving me a
You brought the
message. I
knowledge.
don't have to read this and read that. I don't have to seek a mentor to, because what is, okay, I know it. Knowledge. Okay, I know it. What I'm doing with it. Okay, I know this,
so
I know that. That's why certain parts of myself are on a loop frequency, because they know these things. You know how life works. Okay, great. You know, conflict. You know how life works. You're at Christ consciousness. Okay, great. Now what? Now you have the power to put any perspective on what you're experiencing, because you're gonna be here and you're gonna experience it. Let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So if you got in your head that you're in a hell loop, you're going to experience that will is going to be done on earth. And that is going to be your reality.
All right,
And
hold
that
up.
is why this part of myself did not vibrate to that frequency, because I am at gratitude. This part of itself is at gratitude for what the present moment and what is. Because let thy
Wait,
will
Elena,
be done on earth as it is in
hold up.
heaven.
Hold
My
up.
head.
Hold up.
Go ahead.
Is she frozen for y'all too? Is she frozen for y'all?
Nah, she's not frozen. She's just breaking.
Did anybody catch that? Did anybody catch that? Yummy, did you catch that?
Yeah. She's basically telling him about nature and telling him that nature's all around, and they was telling him about the Messiah part, a messenger of God. It's not just the person who says that they are a messenger, because anybody can say that they're a messenger, and that how they're supposed to bring clarity to people who are seeking God. So basically, when you come to the messenger, that means that how you are hearing from the Godhead itself, and not from a ordinary person, a immortal person.
Yep, that's right. And also, that's what the young man was saying. And if you heard what this young woman was saying, she clearly stated that um you're running around telling everybody. You want to know why I didn't connect with you? You're running around telling everyone that we are living in hell. We are living in hell. You put that in your mind. You made that a part of your frequency. Your mind is supposed to reflect, I'm sorry, your the world you live in is supposed to reflect your mind, right? That's what he teaches. That's why you're supposed to have a healthy mind if you don't want to get sick. Come on, y'all. Put the pieces together. This man says the way not to get sick is to have healthy thoughts. But he's telling y'all that you are living in hell. This woman just said it. I couldn't fuck with the frequency. And that's why I didn't go there. Because you're trying to tell people that hell is on earth after already explaining to us that the which we see on this earth is a reflection of our mind. My mind it can't compute that. I don't live in that space in my head. I am happy. I'm at peace. I'm supposed to be God. I'm supposed to be living in heaven, in my heaven. So how can I be living in my heaven if you're telling me my heaven is hell? And now he's getting discombobulated, he's getting confused. He's now realizing that the person um on this screen, the young man on this screen, is also disagreeing with him. What is a narc to do? What is a narcissist to do, Ivy? What is a narcissist to do? Listen to this. He's trying to minimize her thoughts. Absolutely. He keeps cutting her off, and you'll see this constant control in this discussion, this constant back and forth of him saying, no, stop, wait, let me explain to you. Let me break it down to you. Because he thinks he wants them to believe he's the only one who can interpret and understand. He wants them to believe he's the only one who can decipher and break down what is really happening. Therefore, you are beneath me. You haven't reached my level. He'll keep referring to their age. He'll refer to their age. He'll refer to the fact that um they aren't under him. He'll refer to all these different things that they don't read. But this is the man who tells people not to read. But he's telling her, you haven't read it. You haven't looked this up. You haven't researched this. I have. You haven't lived this life. I have. It was something I wanted to say, but I forgot. Yemi, you want to add anything before I play it?
No, no, no. Carry on, carry on, carry on. You know I like your commentary. Go on, go on, go on, go on.
Oh.
Waking up. Okay. Well, I want to say, don't point the finger. Don't try to like say what he is. You know, just try to speak for yourself, right? But what I'm trying to say is, I feel like Natureboy, he brought the knowledge. This part of myself brought the knowledge, and to like we all have the knowledge within us. He got it activated within himself, right? Just like anybody else can, right? Especially if you're a dark melanated being, right? Because we're the original black man or the original black woman. When our genes activate, we will have the greatest light codes that come from the beginning, right? But its source is from our most original state, because of the original man. So we have the original code of how reality would work, the original format. So when you activate that within yourself, which I can do and he can do, that's what he actually did, right? He put the knowledge together, and when he gained the power, right? I feel like maybe you got like almost like a power trip in certain times. I wouldn't say all the time, right? Like go up and down, power trip a little bit, right? But I feel like that's where you said like you hurt people in that sense, because you didn't realize how big your ego was, and you like oh, I activated everyone, bow down, everyone has to bow down to me, and you're forgetting that you're equal. You'll say in one breath, I'm nobody, I'm Natureboy, but I'm nobody, I'm nothing, and then at the same extent act like you're better than others. How can you say you're nothing and then act like you're better than others?
Can I address that? Can I address that right there? That part? I'm not acting like I'm better than nothing. All I'm asking for is my recognition for who I am. If you had a mushroom,
That's
right?
your loop.
A mushroom.
That is your loop.
Wait, hold on.
That is your loop.
Let him speak.
If you find a mushroom, right, and you eat that mushroom, and because of that mushroom, you become enlightened. You could say, I'm that mushroom, right? You could say, yo, that mushroom, take this mushroom, you're going to get enlightened. And we're going to recognize the mushroom. We will put a mushroom on the wall. The reason why people worship Jesus is because Jesus was an entity or a guru or anybody else. These are human beings that you can tap into to become enlightened. So you would take the mushroom and you would say, yo, this mushroom enlighten me. Yo, if you take shrooms is an experience that you need to get so that you can understand things from this perspective, right? And you recognize this. I don't want you to bow to me. I want you to.
I'm glad you pointed that out, honey. Listen to what he just said. Remember, this is why you guys have to really protect those around you, because it's now to the point where people are saying, I know someone who was affected by this and what is happening to these young women. I know someone who's also been affected. The more he spews this foolishness and pretends to be something that he's not, the more people are affected, and it's starting to get closer and closer and closer to home for everyone who not only watches but just, in this world. So what did he just say? Let's break it down. What did he just this doesn't make any sense. He's telling people not to do drugs, but now he's advocating for people to do mushrooms. What? He has kicked people off of their life, off of his life, for smoking on camera. And now with his I don't know what you would call those cockeyed, droopy, wandering eyeballs, he looks into the camera and is always high. With those wacky doodle eyeballs. I'm sick of looking at them eyes go all around the place. And then he squints them to try and distract people from the fact that he's cockeyed. And here he's going to ramble on and on and on about how people take drugs. People take drugs and they need these drugs to get to the enlightenment. But he is a drug. And so that's why he's enlightened. This is bizarre. And he think he has them. He thinks that he's gotten so good at switching up. And when he switch ups, the flying monkeys that Ivy has mentioned, the flying monkeys go right on along. They what's the word I'm looking for? Co-sign.
Fine.
Thank you, Yemi. And so now he thinks he can do this to anyone. There's somebody I want to come up. He switched up for real. Absolutely, little fairy. He switched up a lot. But he does that throughout his life. He's done this throughout his life. That's the only way he know how to exist. That's the only way he know how to get by.
He's a chameleon because he's like, that, right? If you watch the movie Mr. Rigsby, he's kind of a character like that. He's a cross between also and also what he does. You see, like how they drop them that right, those little gems there. He's gonna go and use them same little gems on his platform and twist it and turn it another way.
That's right. Honey, all you have to do is that link that I just put in there. All you have to do is click on that link. If you can, if it's clickable for you, just click on that link. And then that will allow you up onto the panel. And I would love for you to share your story, or the story of your family member, who was a part of the group. If anybody else, maybe can talk to her in the chat if she's struggling, please explain to her how to come up here. I'm gonna play some more.
Recognize me, and this is everything in nature.
Before,
Hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying. When you take from nature, like you take a apple off the tree and we eat it, and we don't recognize the tree, we are not only doing a disharmony to ourselves, but we're doing a disharmony to the we become hell in a sense because we don't recognize a part of ourselves and we don't say, yo, it's because of this that I got this. And if you disregard Natureboy, when Natureboy has been a critical point in your journey that has allowed you to elevate to this, that I got this. And if you disregard Natureboy,
Okay. What's up, honey? Can you mute the other device that you're on?
Okay, what's up, honey? Hi, I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you.
Let me turn it down. Mute the other device that you're on? Okay, what's up, honey? Hi. I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you.
All right. How I let me turn it down. Okay, hi. All right. All
I'm
right.
just gonna mute you for a second. If it's possible, can you turn the volume off of the device that you were watching this?
Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I got to figure
It's
this
okay.
out.
No worries.
Okay, maybe that'll work. Y'all know I'm old. I'm trying. Okay,
All right. So
maybe
so
that's it.
first of all, let me say thank you for coming up. Thank you for sharing what you're getting ready to share. For anybody, for those in the
No, thank
comments,
you.
she's getting ready to tell us, she's getting ready to share with us a family member, a very close family member who was a part of this cult when they were in California. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, you got the
Well, how it
floor.
started, and I'll have to go back to give you some background from myself. I was a follower of Dr. Malachi York some years ago. And at this point of my life, I'm 49. I was one of the women who first left. And when I left, I took a few, I think, what, 20,000 with me? I'm done, I'm finished, I'm out. And this is before the court case. So this is how I know this child's father. So that you all can have some backstories, what's really happening is a lot of these children were followers, their parents were followers of other gurus like Dr. Malachi York and the Nuwabians and the Moorish Scientists. And as all of those programs started to break down, we went into our homes. My friend called me one evening and he explained to me, he said, "Do you know a guy named Eligio?" And I said, no. I don't want to say the child's name, but he said, she's packed up and she's left and she's in some cult out in California and now they're leaving the country. And I totally couldn't fathom of who and what he was talking about until the young woman, Nefertiti, had killed her mother. And then that's when he called me and he said, "Now do you understand what I'm saying?" This, guys, is bigger than just a young man who first, let's not forget about the money and the PPP loans. This has all the makings also and what you would consider, and I don't want to offend anyone, but this has a lot to do, and I don't want to just use the word mind control, but what he's doing now is that he's taking these young people and he's using this drug mindset to steer in the children of this new drug culture. You find that we have a lot of children who do the mollies and the drugs, and they feel as though there's some sort of an existential experience that's going along with it. But what had happened to Shamuel was that his daughter had gotten out there and they started this sexual thing. And this little girl came back with a lot of sexually transmitted diseases. And
Oh,
so that's what started me on my, I guess I would say on my rampage with this young person to explain it's not just the kids, because I
can
hold
I
a
stop
lot of
you
the
really
parents.
quickly? So based on this young woman's health, it is confirmed through her health that there are sexually transmitted diseases within the camp.
Yes, ma'am. And they all know that. And if you go back and see, if you notice that a lot of the children are sick, and that's because I think he was trying to set up some sort of a Dr. Sabi type of a compound. If you're
Yes.
sick, I can heal you. So what
Yes.
this young man does, and if you guys are watching, he's taking books from different people. And you can tell when he starts to read a different book because his doctrine starts to change. So initially, you had all these children that had came out there with HIV, and these are words that you've heard these people say out of their own mouth. They came there ill, so they would say, and it was supposed to be initially this healing conglomerate. What a lot of people don't know is that when he went out to, gosh, which country was that?
Costa Rica.
Oh, wow. Anyway, one of the countries that he went to, initially when he first got there, remember, it wasn't just black kids. It was black kids and it was white kids also. You all know
I think
that,
he
right?
first went to Costa Rica. Can you hear me?
Uh-oh, can you guys hear me?
We can hear
Yeah,
you.
I think you mean
Okay.
melanation.
Yeah,
Melanation.
we can hear you, but
Yes,
he first started out as melanation and he went to Costa Rica.
that's the country that I'm talking about. So initially when he went there, there was a lot of other children, black, white, purple, green, from all over the world. It was those children that started to see that this guy is having a nervous breakdown and we have to get away from him. So melanation never stopped. If you go back and type in Costa Rica, those children are still there. They have a piece
Yes.
of land. They have food they've set up. They have water, the barrels of water that will come down. They still have that. It wasn't that he left them. I need you all to understand. They asked him to exit, but they went on. And those kids are still there in Costa Rica now, which my friend's child is still a part of that melanation. But
Does the child of this friend, um and I'm going to say, yeah, the child of this friend,
mhm,
have they expressed any traumas that they've suffered?
yeah, it's a lot of trauma. This when she finally got back to her dad, this girl had to truly go into. We almost had to have this young woman committed. I mean, the things that she was saying, it made no sense. It was just complete rhetoric. You follow what I'm saying? Much like the other little girl who had come back home, Nefertiti, who had killed her mother. And, I don't know what type of science that they were using, but yes, this young person was completely, completely messed up. Is why you find this whole thing of leaving your children behind and leaving everything behind and giving him all. But my point in saying what I'm saying is that for me, it still has everything to do with us as the elders. Why? We brought these children into these doctrines. You follow what I'm saying? And after we all broke down from some of the organizations, we all went back into our daily lives. But yet our children are picking this up. Like when you see Afiru, her parents were apart. You see Velvet's father, Velvet's father was a Nawabian. So I'm just saying what I'm saying so you guys can have some background. These aren't just everyday children that you pick up at the club. These were children who had already come and grown up in cults and organizations. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I when I what it sounds like to me is there was there there was a movement, right,
Hmm.
about a generation or two ago,
Yes.
and within those movements, some of those, I guess you could call them organizations, were
Hmm.
not did not have the right intentions,
That's right.
and
You guys
instead
understood
of,
what happened with the Nawabians.
right. And the with the Malachi Z. York, his son is running around here, recruiting women as well.
Same way.
Um,
And
yeah,
that's how
and
initially I got into that because even I know him as Ramesses or Quincy. My daughter is now just made 30, so Ramesses has to be 27. You see this
that's right.
this is what I'm trying to explain. These type of organizations, if you're not careful, can set up a schizophrenia type of a mindset.
That's right.
This young man has a beard, he's lying about who and what he is. The thing is, if you don't know who you are, how in the world can you go and lead other people?
Do you think there's a way out of this? I know that's a very, um a large question to put on somebody, a big question.
Hmm.
But you witnessed, the lead up to this, these types of nature boys and young pharaohs. Is there a way
Yes,
out of this?
it is a way out of it. The way out of it is for the elders, like I'm saying, like people like me to stand up and to say what really happened and to talk about the damage that we ourselves had to come to. I lived on the land for almost 9 years of my life. And how I left is one of the children. And if you've ever been around a person who's been hurt or been molested or something of that nature, you kind of see it. And being from the Black community, I don't think a lot of us are absent of that, if you understand what I'm saying. So being a child who had been hurt, there was one of the girls, and peace and blessings be upon her soul. Her name was Radia. And at that time, Radia had to be about 12 years old. And Radia said, and we were on the land then, I want to go home. And when I looked at her, I couldn't understand, but I can see she was completely different. She had never said anything to me or to anyone else, but what she did was she had called her father. She was from Trinidad. Her father was staying in New York, and he came to pick her up. I want to say about a week later, I may also say about a month prior, there was another sister who had lived there. Her name was Inez. She was from Puerto Rico. And I'll never forget this because this is when I left. She had come in, she was the driver. This sister used to pick up our food, and she was the driver. Long story short, she came in one day and said that her sons had told her that they had been touched. And she was talking to Doc. And I had a daughter at that time, and this is honesty and truth be told, I was working in the office with the money. I went into the office. I think I took about $20,000. I packed my daughter and I left. Maybe about 3 to 4 months later, the young lady, and you might want to look her up, her name is Nicole Lopez. She was a part of the case. Nicole Lopez told me to look on the news, and that's when the land had been raided and things of this nature. To answer your question, imagine living in a place. You've been there almost, and I was only there 9 years. People had been there 20, 30 years from moving from New York, coming all the way down to the land. Now, this thing is broken down. There's an embarrassment. They've been accused of child molestation and things of that nature. So now it's time for us, because obviously, even us, I left home at 19, being there. We had no knowledge because we were so in this space, because most of us were broken people. We
Mm-hmm.
had come from bad relationships in our home. We had come from bad situations. Some people couldn't find jobs. I mean, the same things with these young people. And so you're out there and you're reading these books, and they're so esoteric. And at that time, it's something that reaches you. So you go. But it's only after time you realize this did more damage to my life than it helped. So to answer your question, is there a way out of this? Yes. Ramesses has a mother. You don't think that Ramesses' mother should speak to him and say, Ramesses, or I don't know what you all call him. It's a big name talking about Dr. Malachi York's son. But this has always been a competition amongst the men. Is the real reason why the real men never fought, I would say, as hard to get Dr. Malachi York out, because they were all vying for his position. So
Mm-hmm.
from there, look at the culture is what I'm speaking about. So you get people like Brother Polite. Brother
Mm-hmm.
Polite was one of the brothers who ran the New York bookstore. Makes sense?
Yep.
You get young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh was one of the boys who was just a reader of the book. Eligio Bishop was someone who had tried to come in through the New York Tabernacle.
Right.
And I'm telling you what I know. In order to come onto the land or be a part of the doctrine, you have to go through a series of tests. There's an application. Along with the application, there was a background, but there was also an STD test, and there was a battery of them.
Hold
You
on.
had to take
Let
at least
me
10 persons.
just so the
Uh
people can
oh.
hear.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Okay.
I'm
Just so
having
y'all
my home,
can.
they're putting in a hot water heater, so you have to
Okay.
excuse me.
No worries. I'm just
But
gonna
in that,
speak a little bit louder so that everybody can
so
hear.
many of the.
Um,
Okay,
you
can you hear me
said
now?
yes. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
That um you said that there is an application or a process in
Yes.
order to
There was an
for them.
application when you moved to what we were calling Kadesh, and it was a medical application also. It was a background check. So it would check your background. If you have ever been institutionalized, if you have been ever incarcerated, if you had ever, had any charges against you. But in order to live there, you also, because we didn't just have, people just think of the land. You had, depending on where you lived, where you were in the world. Let's say if you were in New York, there was Tabernacle in New York, South Carolina, there was one, Georgia, there was one in every city, London, South Africa, Nigeria. And so you find that my point is, I guess what I'm trying to make is that this culture that you're watching of these men and all these women, this came out of that. Doc, when he was there, was what, 10, 12, wives, 20 wives. And I mean, these are women who were, when I got there, were in their 50s, had grown kids who had lived there with him. And I guess what I'm trying to explain is that what these young people are doing is they're trying to recreate what Dr. Malachi Z. York did. Does that make any sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's what a lot of us been saying. Our okay, so for people who just want to report as entertainment, they could care less. But for people like me, like Yemi, there is a few others who
Yeah,
truly genuinely want to see some good come out of this. Um the question remains, is it going to be a longer time than anticipated than we hope for him to actually be charged and taken down?
that's right. But I'll tell you this. If you guys aren't looking, I'm going to have to go inside because I have some servicemen working. And what I'm going to say, I don't want to be offensive. What I've noticed with this whole thing, now let's go back. When Alicia first got out there, nobody ever cared, and no one still cares. Hold on. And I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to drop down because I have to get my son from school, and I'll get back with you, Queen. But if you guys
Okay.
are watching what really happened with Alicia Bishop, nobody ever cared about the black girl. They didn't care about Velvet. They didn't care about any of those women. The only one, and it took the BBC, the British Community Television, went all the way out there, did a complete documentary. And they went out there and they got that white girl. You understand me?
Yes, Kayla. Kayla.
So if people really, really care, hold on a second. If people really cared, then it would have stopped then. They didn't. They rescued her, and the rest was there. And from that point, this guy became a tyrant because he realized, like you guys are realizing, as long as they're black, I can do anything that I want to them.
Mm,
As long as they're black, you can do anything to them because they're throwaway. But when
that's
it came
right.
to those white girls, they got them out of there. Make sense?
Yep. It makes a lot of sense. And that's what, like you said,
All
people have
right.
been
So,
realizing and
ladies and
saying.
gentlemen, I thank you so very much for allowing me to speak my piece. I'm going to come back, but right now I have to go and pick up my son from school. He's only a freshman, y'all. He got a little job. So I'm going to take
Okay,
him to work. And
okay.
when I come back, I promise you guys, I'll get back on. And the reason why I'm here, I'm not here to go into my past and who I am and what I think I am. I think I need to make people understand how these young people are getting there. We are still living in brokenness right now, all of us. As much as most of us thought we were deep, my point was, it took me almost 20 years to restore my life. It took me almost 10 years to clean my brain. I literally was still running around here saying that the white man was the devil until I damn near lost everything. And the only people who came for me were white people. So that is the one thing that started to change me. So I'm telling you, it's just like you're an infant. That's why, like the military, they call it an infantry. You can take a
Right.
young person and teach them something, and they'll grow up to believe that that is the truth
That's right.
because they know nothing else. So, Queen, you have a fantastic show. Madame
Um,
Osanyemi, I don't know if this Oluyemi, but hello. Real talk,
Hello,
you
honey.
are fantastic. Sister Ivy and everyone else, thank you so much here, but we will talk
I
oh
love
more,
well.
you.
I promise you.
I love your name, honey child. I just sub to you.
Thank you so much, honey. We've been waiting, really hoping to have
Yeah.
somebody like
It
you
is a pleasure,
come up.
Oh,
thank
thank
you, sister.
you.
You keep on. The reason
Okay,
why I'm saying this, you keep doing what you're doing because in another 6 months, it'll be someone else.
that's right. That's right. All right, go get that. Go get that baby. I'm charging my phone, y'all. I mean my tab. Okay, there we go. Wow. Wow. I'm telling y'all, it gets closer and closer. Yes, it was such valuable information. It gets closer and closer and closer. And the people who care will get it. Why it's so important to, there was a moment when I was a little upset at another channel holder. Not upset, but I was disappointed in another channel holder um, for allowing the negativity of someone like Eligio to get back into their space, to fill their space when I know they're working so hard on being a better version of themselves. But at some point, we have to really, really understand how important it is that there are advocates out there exposing and educating, because that is how his numbers have diminished thus far, is because the diligence and relentlessness of individuals to educate and follow him every platform he went on to. Wow. All right, y'all. I'm here for y'all. You let me know if you want me to continue with this video.
Carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on.
Okay.
Where you're at, what you're saying is, I don't recognize a part of myself. And what you're doing is, you're doing the same thing that Babylon does to nature. They don't recognize how nature wants us to recognize it for what it does for us. And in our actions of loving and appreciating what it does for us, we are connected and one. So we have to worship, and this is what voodoo is. Voodoo is our
She the scream.
and what it does. Let me just finish what I'm saying, please.
He's there bringing up voodoo because he uses all that stuff. He uses all the sex magic, all that stuff. He's no good.
God of air, we recognized what gave us and sustained our lives and what did things for us. In Africa, we recognized all animals, all beings, all things that provided to us, things that helped us elevate and fed our spirit. So everything is us, of course, but for us to have the recognition, of us to have the appreciation, is the very essence of the difference between Babylon and us being in tune with the heavenly divinity. Divinity is us acknowledging everything and appreciating and worshiping everything that has helped us.
Okay, now, have I hit your DMs before, Natureboy, and helped you, enlightened you about certain things?
No.
Yes, I have. I literally have. You literally, like I told you, I've sent you paragraphs, and you probably don't remember because you talk to so many people. Sent you paragraphs before, and you're like, oh yeah, bro, you're right.
Bro, I cannot lie.
That way.
I cannot lie.
Bro, you've lied many times, and you've admitted to lying many times. Wait, hang on, let me speak, bro. Because you're lying right now. You're lying right now.
I can't lie.
Bro, I wouldn't make that shit up. I'm not a weird dude. I wouldn't make that up.
Bro, when you wrote, listen, anybody that knows me knows that if you write me something, listen, if you write me something really long, I don't read it. I don't read it.
Listen, it wasn't like, you responded. I know you read it. I know you read it.
Anybody that knows me, I'll put that on.
Listen, bro.
I don't read it.
Listen,
and I tell people, I say, listen, don't
okay,
write
beyond that,
because I don't read them. I don't read it.
Look, all right, cool. Beyond that. I know you responded to me because I'm not stupid. I remember this shit.
Bro, okay? I don't read big long letters.
You gave me thanks, bro. You gave me thanks. But my main point is, bro, you need to let me speak, bro. We just let you talk for like forever. All right, listen. Right? Okay. So, you know how you say you want to acknowledge everything, right? And give recognition to things. If we're all equal, we all enlighten each other about certain things. We have to acknowledge everyone then. Why haven't you shouted me out before? Why haven't you shouted certain people out before? Listen, wait, I teach the knowledge better than a lot of your students, right? And you wouldn't even think to acknowledge me. Yes, I do. That's why a lot of people follow me. A lot of your students don't even make videos. Stop making that face, bro. Stop making that face, bro. That don't make no sense. How many videos did Juju put out? How many videos did Calvert put out? Right? How many videos did them niggas put out? How many views did they get on their videos? How many people
Let
they
me ask
helped?
you a question. Let me ask you a
And
question.
wait. One more thing.
When you put those videos
wait,
out,
I've
when you
shouted
put
you
the
out
video,
many times. I'm just saying.
Bro.
I'm not saying you need to shout me. I'm not looking for a shout out. I'm not looking for that, by the way. I'm just saying because you pointed out recognizing people. Why would you not give me recognition then? If I'm you, that's you recognition.
I would recognize you if you recognized me.
I did, bro. Go look at all my videos.
No.
All of my. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hold on. No matter what guru ever teaches, he has a picture on the side of him, and he always mentions his teacher. It's a respect. You have to understand one thing, bro. I would have recognized you had you recognized me.
I have. You can go look at my videos right now. It's still up. They're all still up.
No, what I'm saying to you is, I'm
bro.
The way you
Your
want to be
DM,
recognized?
like a lot of times. You're lying, bro. You're a fucking liar right now.
And if you
This
want to talk
bro.
about recognition,
Stop fucking lying.
I'm not just going to recognize, or I'm not just going to talk about.
Shit's weird,
you
bro.
You know what virtue means. I'm pretty sure you know what virtue means.
I forgive y'all.
True virtue.
Shout out to Nature Boy's dirty ass forehead. Shout out to the person to the women who try and clean it up before he got on live, but it somehow is still filthy, pointy, and very disturbing and distracting. But shout out to it anyway.
True virtue is doing a good deed and not looking for the recognition.
Right, like I said, I'm not looking for it. I'm just saying, based on what
That's not.
said,
That's ill intentions.
why would you not give me recognition?
That is ill intentions, and that's not true virtue. Yes, you're great, but I'm looking at your character. What all the time, all the psychology behind all the patterns that this part of myself has explained. Oh, I did this wrong. I did this wrong. I did this wrong. My bad. I apologize, y'all. Oh, and it's okay to beat your woman. Beat your fucking woman. Did I say that? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even say that. Did I say the masculine is supposed to do this and this, and that we're not feminine and fuck the feminine? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that? Oh, sorry. I didn't say that. I'm going to recognize and give the recognition to all of that as a whole. I'm not just going to look at, oh, he's teaching the knowledge, which is leading people. If you look at collectively, if you look at the people that follow you and the people that they vibrate to the frequency that they're in a hell mind state that you just told them that they're vibrating, they're agreeing with that because they're vibrating to that frequency. And you're leading people to their demise, and you're telling people that they're in hell and that they're in the loop because that's this refraction of light is giving all the time.
Nature Boy, your ego's still big. You keep saying you're nothing, but you're not acting like it. You keep saying it, but you're not acting like it. Oh, I'm nothing. I'm nobody. I bow down to Malia. I bow down, and then
this part of myself got to realize that
you need to recognize me. Shout me out.
Only a fool knows everything. That is Proverbs.
I hear you.
Only a fool knows
I hear you.
everything.
I hear you. I hear you, universe. I hear you talk.
So we're gonna stop it there and break that portion down. Here he is. He's getting ready. He's going to try and change again. Like Yemi said, he's a chameleon, and so he sees that he's not getting through to them via trying to um make them feel inferior psychologically. So what he's going to do, or in terms of education, so what he's going to do now is he's going to try and empathize with them. He's going to try and say, yes, you are part of me. He's going to go back to the love, the part of me tactic, and that's not going to work. And so he's going to literally fall apart. But this is what the members have to do. And oh, just so you guys know, he's getting ready. He's apologizing. He's telling them He forgives them in advance. We all know why. This is another way to make them feel subconsciously, they don't even realize it yet, subconsciously, that they are doing something wrong. Yes, it's going to be covert aggression, or what you call a he's going to get into those microaggressions. Um, and so he's going to he's apologizing, uh, I mean, sorry, he's forgiving them in advance. He's pretending as if they are the universe speaking to him, instead of them being individuals speaking to him based on how they are feeling, how he's treating them, or the deceit that they feel, or betrayal, because he's not practicing what he preaches. And so instead of talking directly to them, he's going to pretend that it's just the universe speaking to me through these random vessels. And that is how you take away from a person. That is how you strip them of how they feel. Uh, that is what's happening here. I will be going live later on tonight. Unless Yemi decides to go live, I'll just be in her live and we can further discuss there. Yemi, what's up?
Yeah, I'm gonna go live after you and show the similarities of what he was doing. Why this cult has similarities to the children of God, and I'm gonna take it for one of my channel videos that's already there, because I'm thinking people are not going backwards, because there's him and the anthill one too, which is another cult. So yeah, he takes things from various places.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And and that's what he's really good at. And that's why people say he plays the mind games. He's really good at reading a room and trying to figure out how to navigate through that room to get to the people within it. Okay, he's really good at breaking down, okay, this is not working, and he does it quickly. And if you're not careful, you will be a victim. If you're not careful, you'll end up um doing what he asks you to do, feeling how he asks you to feel, believing what he wants you to believe. And that has been happening time and time again. And people finally, you got some heavy hitters, and they are doing it in such a very mild way that uh, he can't make the argument right now of being too emotional. She's going to start crying, and we're going to talk about that as well. She's going to start crying, and that's when he's going to find that little wiggle his way into a window of emotion. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I thank you so much, Ivy Revine. Let me listen. I want y'all to see this as I'm going through, and so you guys can understand that Ivy Revine is a codependency coach, and she is working on her psychology degree. Um, she has years and years of experience with these types of people. So if you really want to break down, me and Ivy, we do breakdowns together. And you can just check out her comment. She's in the comment section right here. And she'll kind of let you understand through the terminology, and what is happening. Yemi, thank you so much for being my co-host. I appreciate it. And giving your valuable take on this. Shout out to, what was her name? Um
Honey child.
Honey Child. Thank you, Honey Child, for coming up and sharing your experience. Hopefully we can catch each other again. Um yeah, she said it. Honey Child said it earlier. The issue is, I mean, how we can fix this is looking back at the people who knew how all of this began. It began one and two, and possibly three generations before us. So maybe they have the answer. Maybe they have the key. Maybe. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this video with as many people as you possibly can. Learn something from this video, and share the knowledge that you already have within you, that you know. please feel free to share it with me and with others. Have a wonderful day, y'all. And until next time, peace.
See ya. Bye. I'm gonna jump off. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Ivy, again for coming for hitting us up. Let me do this real quick before I forget. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Knowledge. 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 All right, y'all. Have a wonderful day, night, or morning, whatever is going on in your time zone.